amazing, huh?
Oh,
they never run out of
nothing.
They can just
water, everything. You had to hook a mic up and you're good.
We've actually used the GoPro on the show before.
Oh, have you really?
Yeah, we've had some GoPro shots because they can go in really small places and they can get a shot that you can't get with a big camera.
Big camera too.
They're really reliable, right? Like they're hard to.
Yeah, they're really reliable, pretty good quality. Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah.
Would they put a GoPro like on an animal?
I think that we put a GoPro on, no, like we put a GoPro on our head before, like when we're running in a scene, or if we're doing a scene where you're in a tight corner in a car, they just set the GoPro in there to get just like a quick shot that they need to get, that otherwise would be very costly and hard to get. Yeah.
So I think you answered, I think the cast answered this last year during the panel, but just kind of a general question of what's your favorite and maybe least favorite animal to work with?
Sure. My favorite animal, it would probably be, it's not exactly answering your question, but if anyone saw the premiere episode this year, we had this CGI elephant. And the elephant was entirely CGI, and I was blown away, like just at what the production team can do to make these feel so real. Like the back of the elephant was all weathered. It looked like it had been through like 19,000 rainstorms, and you could see crevices. And it was all, the day that we shot that, I was looking at a C-stand with a green piece of tape. So that's my favorite animal that we've shown on the show. I think it's amazing the artistry of these guys that can do this. My least favorite animal would probably be like the sloth, because it's just, my wife came to set the day and saw it. She loved it. It was so cute. But it, it's very, very mellow.
Yeah, you think that'd be fun?
Yeah.
We found out in the panel that Jackson's going to find out a little bit more about his dad and what he had to do with what is going on. So can you talk about what that has been like for you as an actor to get to delve into the personals of this a little bit more?
Yeah, it's a great question because that's my favorite part of the show is the personal stuff. As an actor, you get excited about doing a show and it's exciting and it's, there's animals and it's crazy. But really, as an actor, what you get excited about is like communicating with other human beings, bringing humanity to the roles. And I've been pumped about this season personally because Jackson goes through a lot. I mean, he lost Chloe last week, which is his love interest on the show. She gets killed. You start to find out that Abe and him have some animosity between them. He starts to learn about his father. And so what that does is it surrounds me as an actor with a character where the world is starting to kind of come undone. And so there's a lot to grab onto emotionally, and it's been a joy for me to play with that this season. I've been really fortunate with the writers, with what they've given me to work with. And I think that the audience will appreciate that, because as much as an audience, they tune into our show maybe because they want to see a crazy elephant chase or a rhino hit a car. At the end of the day, if you're not watching real human beings on screen act in a real way that are grabbing onto something real in their own lives, you kind of go, well, then I'm just watching characters being chased by animals. So I love that we're being given a lot to chew on this year.
I think that's important to tie the fantastical to the human, so the audience is having a kind of gut reaction to, and you do think, what if this would happen? And we are being asked to think of that. But you need to care about the person on screen to be able to relate as well.
You have to. Yeah, or you're going to turn it off. Yeah.
How is it when you're on the set? Like, I guess going with like real animals versus anything else. Like, how do you act?
Yeah, the CGI stuff is really interesting. I mean, I was watching an interview on, I happened to be watching, I think, Jimmy Fallon, and Chris Hemsworth was on, and he was talking about the movie he did with Ron Howard about the whale, Into the Sea, maybe. And he was saying that, like, Ron Howard was, like, screaming with a megaphone, like, the whale's here now, the whale's here! And he was, like, looking at this, like, director, raise his hand. And that's kind of what we do on our show, is like some guy with a C-stand is literally like, and here's the rhino, and here's the rhino, and now the rhino comes. And you're like, trying to keep your shit together and make it real. It's a challenge, it really is, because you go like, God, I really hope that I held all of that in my imagination. And sometimes you have to go like, stop, I know we have to get this shot in the next half hour, but now where's the rhino and where's it going? It's a challenge, but it's a great challenge.
Does it take longer when an animal is actually on set versus you have to play around with?
Always, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So aside from the CGI, then what other challenges do you find on the show?
This show is really active. We're constantly running, so being in good shape and getting sleep is like really important on the show. Or else we'll just start dropping like flies because we work 15-hour days. The first season we shot in New Orleans. This season we shot in Vancouver, and Vancouver's amazing. It's gorgeous. But what happens is you get there in January and you're shooting outside, and that's rain season, right? I mean, there's actually rainforest there. So we were spending so much time shooting in the rain, and that's something that if you haven't shot in Vancouver outside in January, nothing prepares you for that because the crews, they don't get fazed by it, They're just like, all right, bring out the umbrellas, but you're standing there just getting poured on. You think someone's gonna go, okay, like cut for an hour, but no, you're shooting right through it. So just physically, this season's been very demanding.
Do you ever find that either your friends or people walk up to you on the street and go, dude, this is totally what I would do here. This is totally how I would handle.
Like in the scenario with the elephants and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of slack from my friends from season 1 when Jackson left Abe with the lions. And Abe got attacked and Jackson was supposed to go save him and then they took off in the car. And I want to be like, dude, I know, but I didn't write it. Like, what do you want from me? I played it to my best ability, and then the writing literally said Jackson gets in the car and goes. So what do you want me to do? But yeah, people, I think, like to put themselves in the scenarios. Yeah.
We're good.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.